soko anawoko Mr. Session se bem mo e getting labor se bem mo kekele I can't chill with kekele I can't boy with kekele I can't chill with kekele so kokoro so polo Zibaya 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 Now se bem mo the beats. If I'm girl, I swear I love you. Anything I can do for you, yeah. You are the only one for me.
If I'm boy, I swear I love ya. I can't do without ya. I said.
Yeah. Yeah. Say, I love, eh. Day and break, everybody on the hustle. Some people know like peace, they want some trouble. Crime rates on the increase, the government can protect the people. Hold up, no justice for the poor. Yeah, look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. We have everything in abundance, but we die and rot and greed. We pray, asking the Lord for another Moses, cause all we have is pharaohs, yeah. In our suffering, it's what they're making business of, yeah. The rich get richer, and the poor people suffer. Them promise say, them bring development and better education. Our lands are fertile, no food on the land. Our children, we're pushing into begging. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Yeah. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future. Our forefathers were taken into slavery, but ain't no more than time like this with children and slaves. We're fighting a war not with guns and bullets. The enemies I see are my brothers and my sisters. We're diggers of graves while we're still living. Don't judge a book by its covers, looks can be deceiving. Whenever the sun shines, must come a rain. Who will come and take away the pain? Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Yeah. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future. Yeah. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. The hope for the future, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What a pleasant good afternoon on this wonderful Thursday. The 25th day in the month of March. I'd like to say good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of The Heat. And as usual, Mondays through Friday, The Heat comes up with 12 to 1:30 p.m. And I'm sitting in the house seat for your usual presenter, Jonathan B. Senior. And I'm WEEKIE Brooks on this Thursday afternoon. When the weekend is fast approaching. So wherever you are, folks, welcome to this edition of The Heat. This Thursday promises to be great, stimulating, and thought-provoking. And shortly read you all of the headlines from across Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our global village. So welcome, folks. We say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, based on your location. Following us on our Hotline 2 page. Leave your comment as well. We will certainly read it out for you. And you can certainly make your comment later. But the lines are debated on this Thursday afternoon for Liberia. Welcome to The Heat this wonderful, wonderful day. Having the board rolling on this Thursday afternoon, starting up Representative Yumale wants plenary investigate how Buffer Chima obtained his name. There's the district number 1 representative in Lofa County, Francis Yumale. Representative Franklin Yumale, Lofa County number 1 district representative of the CPP, has written the plenary of the House of Representatives to launch an investigation into an inquiry into the speculation that Speaker Buffer Chima had used a different name during his high school days at the William V.S. Totman Technical College, now the Totman University, in a communication dated March 24, 2021, the House of Representatives. Liberia Supreme Court mandated the National Elections Commission (NEC) to announce the result of the special senatorial election held in Bapolo County over 2 months after the court prevented announcement of Fanda rules results, in which female independent candidate Boto Cannon is presumed to lead. Being in the lead on official result, the Supreme Court ruled on yesterday, Wednesday, 24th March, reversing a ruling of NEC Board of Commissioners in which the Electoral House sought to conduct a full-scale investigation into the complaint of elections violence and other practices there. Lofa County District number 1 Representative Francis Yumale has said he stands by his recent statement that the same authority that will nullify Lofa County decision to elect Bernie Samuka as senator will also be used to notify opposition by the president, vice president, senators, representatives as well. He said any attempt to dissolve the result of Lofa County of notifying the decision of the people of Lofa County that the authority will have to have their own share of the cake as well in return. President Weah on Wednesday wrap up his tour in Bong County with a commitment to construct 2 housing units for nurses at the government-run hospital in Tottenham. The president also donated 1 vehicle to the hospital during a brief stopover for the operation, with First Lady Claudia also donating a new vehicle to the female nurse who moves around Swan Maka district on back to help deliver our pregnant women, according to the First Lady. Shannon Changing International Construction Company, commonly called in Liberia Chico, says construction work continues on the 39-kilometer stretch of road linking Ganta to Sagre, PA, in Nimba County. In a press release issued Monrovia recently, the company said intermittent rain over the last few weeks have not prevented road engineers and safe agents from carrying out the full construction work on the highway in line with approved design and certification as well. First Lady Clyde, we are on Wednesday, March 24, held an interactive forum to educate adolescent girls on sexual and reproductive health issues in Tuppenburg, Bumby County, as part of activities marking the president Weah's second leg of county tour. Madam Weah expressed the importance of the females to know their body and by understanding the various changes, including the menstrual cycle that will occur as they grow and love and how to respond appropriately. Witnesses have come forward in the first war crime trial held in Liberia against former rebel leader Gibber Massacre to testify about alleged rape and ritual murder during the country's brutal civil war. Around 250,000 people were killed between 1989 to 2003 in a conflict marked by matchless violence, rape, and carried out by drugs of child soldiers being recruited as well. A Civilian National Massacre was a senior commander of the Revolutionary United Front, a civilian rebel group that also fought in Liberia. The 51-year-old was arrested in Finland last March, where he had been living since 2008 after a right group investigated his war crime record. Resident beneficiaries of counties being targeted by the Liberian leader President George Madden Weah to overwhelm of Liberian leader Khan Geshev to lighten up their respective cities through the provision of quality solar partner to cities across Liberia. Supporters of Bernie Samukai, Senator-elect of Louva County, yesterday began the restitution of US $1 million as ordered by the courts has fallen misappropriated by him and two others who worked with him at the Ministry of National Defense at the time. The group presented a United Bank of Africa, UBA, a manager's check of US $10,000 to the Samukai's lawyer for onward delivery to the Supreme Court and promised to do all in their power to raise enough money in order to meet the 50% threshold set by the court to ensure Samukai does not go to jail. Now moving out of Liberia, moving to other parts of the world, beginning with Africa. Mozambique defense minister says Islamic militant carried out on Wednesday attack in the northern town of Parman, close to a multi-billion-dollar gas project run by French oil giant Total. The military spokesman Omar Sariga said they are yet to know or any casualty from the attack because of the area is unreachable by telephone. He said the attacker forced residents to abandon the village and seek refuge in the forest. The governor of Kenya, Western Kisumu County, has suspended local officials who were filmed on Wednesday dragging a food vendor along the road. Local media report that the woman had refused to give a bribe. She was selling orange and lemon on a pavement in the city of that is prohibited from selling. The woman told journalists that one of the officials seated at the back of the pickup truck held her hand and refused to let her go as a vehicle speed off. Botswana Environmental Ministry says it identified 39 more elephant carriages since January as it investigated an unexplained death of elephants in the country. The latest death in the Marine Game Reserve added to the 330 deaths reported last year between May and June in the country's Delta region. The ministry on Wednesday said its preliminary investigation had ruled out any bacterial infections on the cause of the death. Protesters have taken to the streets in Namibia ahead of the court ruling on whether a gay father can return home from South Africa with a newborn twins daughter who were born into a surrogate mother. Philip Luai said his daughters are stateless after Namibian authorities refused to issue legitimacies and emergency travel papers to him. Medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières say its staff on Tuesday witnessed Ethiopia's serious shoot. There are 4 civilians in the northern Tigray region. In a statement, MSF said members of its staff who were traveling with the incident and took place on a road that connects the state capital to Adigay. Manager of a South African shopping has come on fire after attempting to deny admission of a shopper dressed in traditional Namibian attire. A video circulating on social media shows that an author Tomdi Margulman to leave the premises by manager who invoked the male's right of admission. A trial related to one of the worst massacres during the Ivory Coast post-election crisis of 2001 to 2010-2011 started on Wednesday. In a long-awaited trial that could determine who were accomplices of former militant leader Amadou Kourami in the massacre in the western town of Dukwana. Africa had more cases of COVID-19 in the second wave last year than in the first, yet did not implement stricter measures as study shows. The study published on Wednesday by medical journalism shows that a peak of the first wave in July last year, the main dealing of new cases with 18,000 plus. A senior Libyan military commander, Mohammed Al-Wafali, and his cousin were shot dead Wednesday, a security source said. And his cousin in his car in the eastern city of Benghazi is secure sold store. Moving on to Latin America. An increase in migrants is testing the new administration promises on immigration there. What can Joe Biden totally change at the border being constructed by former President Donald Trump of the United States of America? The number of migrants crossing the U.S. border from Mexico has risen since Mr. Biden took office. This could be troubling for the United States of America. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could struggle to secure enough seats in parliament to stay in power for some years to come as well. With almost 90% of the votes counted, his right-wing bloc is on course to win 59 seats, too short of the threshold. In a surprise development, an Arab party which is projected to get 5 seats could hold the balance of power in Israel. Nada El Shadawi, feminist firebrand who dared to write dangerously. They say you are savage and dangerous woman. I am speaking the truth, and the truth is savage and dangerous. So right now, El Sawari, who has died at the age of 89, according to Egyptian media reports. The pioneer Egyptian doctor, feminist, and writer spent decades sharing her own story and perspectives in her novel, essay, autobiographies, and largely the tenet folks. According to France President Emmanuel Macron, he said we didn't go fast enough or strong enough. Macron delivered humiliating vaccine news at EU heads of export ban come down a summit today, while handcuff boost in UK contracts at Axel Varon from Brussels. North Korea has fired 2 ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan, says the US and Japan, the first such test since Joe Biden became president of the United States. Pyongyang is banned from testing ballistic missiles, considering the threatened weapons under the UN Security Council resolutions. Both Japan and South Korea have condemned the test. It comes just days after North Korea reportedly fired 2 non-ballistic missiles into the Yellow Sea. Intel new chief executive has told the BBC it is not palatable that so many computer chips are made in Asia. The majority of the processors are currently manufactured in the region, with Taiwan, TSMC, and South Korea, Samsung, and the dominant players. USB Intel plan to set up a new division to make chips for other companies based on their own designs. Neiman Coop, 7-year-old shot as she ran into father's arm. A 7-year-old girl has been shot there in Neiman, becoming the youngest known victim in the crackdown following last month's military coup. Kim Moore and Chen family told the BBC she was killed by police while she ran towards her father during a raid on their home in the city of Medellin. Neiman military has been increasing its use of force as protests continue. And in coronavirus, Indian temporarily Oxford AstraZeneca virus vaccine exports to that country. And with that, we'd like to say thank you so much. This wonderful day. Let's take this break and bring you this interlude music in the meantime, between time on this wonderful edition of Door Heat.
From the house studio, this is cool. 91.9 FM.
Yeah. Yeah. Say, I love, it. Day and break, everybody on the hustle. Some people know like peace, they want some trouble. Crime rates on the increase, the government can protect the people. Hold up, no justice for the poor. Yeah. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. We have everything in abundance, but we die in rotten greed. We pray, asking the Lord for another Moses, cause all we have is pharaohs, yeah. In our suffering, it's what they're making business of, yeah. The rich get richer, and the poor people suffer. Them promise say, them bring development and better education. Our lands are fertile, no food on the land. Our children, we're pushing into begging. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair.
Some of the comments coming up on our social media on our cool online page this wonderful Thursday afternoon on the heat on Cool 91.9. JJ say watching from my comfort zone in Dupotro Market. And this one comes from Maxine S. Newman say I'm following for Coronan Hotel. Thank you so much. And Abu S. Suarez said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks, and I'm watching you live from my tailor shop SD Coupon Road Junction. Thank you so much. Gabriel said, I'm watching from New Crew Time. Thank you. Maxwell Samuel Gawe said, good morning. He said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. My name is Maxwell Samuel Gawe, aka AFL Bowl, watching you from my SKD Complex Community. Thanks, Brooks, for the program. And James P. Bassett following from Tinkers Village. And Channing Johnson say, hi, Wiki. I'm Charlie Johnson watching you from Soul Clinic. And this one comes from Avazira Aaron G. Wiggy. He said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. And I'm watching you live from Amagashi. Los St. Augustine. Sagasha Wisdom said, good afternoon. And I'm watching you live from the University of Liberia. And this one comes from Nelson Tinel. Say good afternoon. Alex J. say good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. My name is Alex Good God Gift J. and I'm joining you from the commercial hub. Brother, I thank for the factual and interesting update this afternoon. Brennan Jacob say hi, Wiki. How to be Jacobs watching live on Dupoto. Evangelist Paul say I'm watching from Painesville. George Debusito say good afternoon, Wiki. Thanks for sitting in the place of Mr. Va this afternoon and bringing us training issues across Liberia. And I'm live from Nizo Community. Prince Vonle say good afternoon. My name is Prince Vonle and I'm watching live from Red Light. Dolly Jabo said Tony Jabot, watching live on 72nd Community. Patrick August Foley, say good afternoon, Wiki Brooks. My name is Patrick August Foley, watching you live from Bentor City Youth Camp Community. And this one comes from Emmanuel S. Bobo. Say good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. And Emmanuel S. Bobo following from my home in Jacobstown Chicken Farm, St. Francis Road Community. And this one, Titus Tumbit, say good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. My name is Titus Tumit, and I'm watching you live on Dupotro Coffee Last Junction under the palm tree. And Vamua Dukle say good afternoon, Wiki Brooks. My name is Vamuya Dukle, watching you live from Red Light behind Mr. High Store. And Emmanuel S. Bobo say good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. And Emmanuel S. Bobo following from my home in Jacobstown Chicken Farm. You are saying that text. And Benjamin Bala said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. My name is Benjamin Bala, watching you live from my business area, Nizo Community. Augustine Tamba said, good afternoon, cool family. And I'm following religiously from my slum community in district number 6. And this one comes from Thomason Wapa. He said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. I'm following from Dubai, the UAE. Thank you so much. Featured Liberia Samuel, watching live from Painesville. Yeah, happy says. And we'd like to say thanks to all of you who sent in your texts and your comments on this wonderful day. But we are getting there, and Liberia will certainly get better as we talk the talk and walk the walk. But this is the heat on this Thursday afternoon, and we're talking all of these things. You listen to Representative Francis Umale on yesterday. He has finally written plenary, and I've informed them they need clarity as it relates to the representative and speaker of the House to come up and clear the air as it relates to his name. Honorable Buffer Chima of Maryland, the People's Southern District representative, that he needs to come up because he said on the platform yesterday that they are the ones who are defending the name. So he has written plenary to investigate how Speaker Buffer Chima or team his name. People call him Laha Laina. And his brother personally told us, George Smith, who had the George Interior Design, that this man is his brother. They do not even know how he been able to have this name. And so Representative, so Francis Yumale District 1, Lofa County has written his colleagues because he said most of the time they've been confronted by such issue. And we all love this thing, but I read the full text of what the District 1 Lofa County representative wrote to plenary asking. He said, Dear Speaker Chima, I present my heartfelt, warmest felicitation and right to bring to the attention of plenary of the Honorable House of Representatives an issue of concern bordering on the integrity and prestige of this August body. Mr. Speaker, honorable distinguished colleagues, he said, for too long, we have listened to speculation that throughout his high school days and days at the William V. Tubman Technical College, now in the Tubman University, the honorable speaker, Dr. Buffer Chiman, used a name out of the Buffer Chimans. In this view, honorable colleagues, I request to this honorable plenary that our colleague, Dr. Buffer Chiman, provide clarity on this matter so as to save this awkward body and himself, family, and lingering embarrassment. Meanwhile, kind regards and best wishes, Francis Yumale writes, a former student, activist Martin Colley, has often accused Speaker Chima of faking his academic credential, but the speaker has since not given any credence to this allegation. Colley on several occasions linked Speaker Chima to former, Yondre Mokomuna, who lied on his academic credential as well. So this is where now we find ourselves. This is the Speaker of the House. His colleagues are now asking that he be able to come clear and give clear understanding how did he obtain his doctorate degree and the name that he's currently using. I saw a full page of text written by George Smith, his brother. So Liberians want to know how did the speaker, whether he was later adopted by a family who now he carries the name. But 1 minute people call him Lahala Sana. Somebody say his last name is Smith, but he also, and we listened to Francis Yumale on yesterday talk about the poor leadership style of the Speaker Buffer Chima. And he has spoken highly about Deputy Speaker. And he said, though we from the opposition bloc, but in the 2 weeks that Funati Kofa, Honorable Funati Kofa, a convicted criminal in America at the time, a man whose license was seized, but he said his interpersonal relationship with other colleagues led him to being in the position of Deputy Speaker. That's how he won the election in the presence of opposition bloc. Folks, this is what a foreign in our country called Liberia. Is it of importance that he comes up to speak to the public and tell the public exactly how did he get the name? While others are also speaking about the printing new family banknotes to completely wipe out what is in circulation. People are pointing fingers at commercial banks, and while others are saying government is not also doing well. But listen to the U.S. ambassador talking about accountability of the president just going places. He putting out money. The president tour up to this time, nobody talks about how much money involved into the president nationwide tour. Promises are made, money dish up the communities and other people, how much the president is traveling with, what's the budget, how do we account for these things, how do our international partners see us? And we're talking about printing money. Have we been able to put into place a proper management, how we manage our economy? Who takes the blame? The Central Bank, you listen to the former Central Bank governor, Nathaniel Petrie, he said, we'll sideline the Central Bank mandate and follow the president's mandate. We listen to Eluscious Talu, who also took over. He said, I'm not in this position based on what I know. I'm here because of what we didn't do for the president. Accountability. We're talking about printing money. What have we done to put a proper management into place to manage our own currency? And we cried that we shut on Liberian dollars when the money is only used in Liberia. Where are we taking the money? Who using the money? Who takes the blame? Is the central bank properly regulating? Those, where can we find our financial experts? The likes of Dr. Tupac Tipote, the likes of Dr. Nathaniel Barnes, Dr. Emma Claire Sawyer, other professors. And today, we're being challenged. The places you go, people are telling you, no, we don't have such amount of money. People go to the banks to get money up. The management system of our economy, is it properly into place before we are now deciding to go and print money? Do we need to wipe out all of the money and print a new family bank notes for our country that could actually serve and resolve the problem that we've been faced with? Or we will be settling back to the same old problem? Where are our financial aspects? Are we seeking? I listen to Honorable Moses Zakari. It's coward of the ruling party said it is time that other financial experts, those who held in financial institutions, they need outside help now. They need other experts. We saw the inflation, we saw other things, we know all of these things. Are we properly managing our economy? Is the Central Bank of Liberia actually managing? Because we listen to central banks, is over 20 billions Liberian dollar outside of the banking sector. Then we talk about mutilated money. Tune our money in the common term, meaning that you can call it here, you see people passing. At the end of the day, these money are back into the market circulation. So how are we getting ourselves? Are we fixing the problem? What are we doing? Have we been able to manage our economy properly? Are we not there? What is happening to our country, to our economy? What can we do as a nation, as a people? Because we're talking about our Liberian dollars. We are not discussing United States dollar. We are not discussing the Guinea franc, the CFA, the leons. We are discussing Liberian dollars. We have printed millions of dollars, billions, and yet instead we still have not been able to solve the problem. Have we sat on a table properly and bring an idea to manage our economy that we will not have these back and forth problems when we solve it and move to the next one? But we keep reverting to printing new banknotes over and over and over and over. Chancellor King, Samuel Kayando printed his own money in this country. Chancellor King to pop. Amos Sawyer did hits. Chancellor did hits. Mana Ellen Joseph Sali, President Weah, and we own war. What can we do to solve the problem? Lack of trust in the banking sector. People are keeping money home and think it's a new idea of changing the money. And you heard this issue about Representative Francis Jumale, who have asked his colleague to give a clear understanding. Name that he used while in grade school and technical school and university, quite different from the one he has today. It's a of a concern. What can we do as a people? What are we? And the president tour, concerning the tour of the president, to have a set budget published to the public and know that because we're hearing the president making donation, giving vehicles. His wife is also giving vehicle. How are they? What impact? It's good. Can we know the budget? Because even in the United States and other countries, it's one thing that is clear to the people: your taxpayer money. The donor did not give funds to the president to go on his tour. Can the public actually know? These are our How Talk segment this afternoon. Welcome and welcome to this edition of The Heat. I'm WEEKIE Brooks and I'm sitting in for your Homewood 7, Jonathan Rivas here on this wonderful, wonderful Thursday afternoon. And we hope together we can have a good time. Very shortly, we activate phone lines and you have your say. But in the meantime, between time, it's time to ball over.
From the heart of Israel, this is Cool 91.9 FM.
I think it's humanly, right?
Yeah, Francis Yumale, Honorable Francis Yumale, District 1 Lofa County.
Yeah, every doesn't have anything important to cover the poor local. That is not to be the poor local. You are invited to raise issues that will bring benefit to the poor local. Not about it. What poverty human being and people is not local country. People going to the local country, they talk about poverty human being. Eh? So a very people want a family. That is not
He requests, it's lazy. Are you saying that the lawmakers, to some extent, they got nothing serious to discuss about Liberia?
No, I'm talking about here now. When I invest something that will bring important to the poor local, I will bring something that will need to the poor local. What poverty human being?
Thank you so much. Let's hear from other callers your life.
Yeah, Mr. Wiki, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome, Chief.
Yeah, Chief, I'm Stephen Duman. I joined your conversation from Puebla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Wiki, the issue of the president was, using power, dishing out the Nigerian dollars, the US dollars, is a very serious concern. So we are really calling on the president to really give account of the money that they're using and the source of the income that they are using.
So
thank you very much.
you're concerned about the president giving full account how much the budget that the cost of his travel to the nations, right?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from other callers on the trending issues you like.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is James Kamon, and I'm calling from Tubero, Shakula.
Okay.
Actually, we want to share the representative or the person from the lawmaker from Loba. Thank you for that beautiful oversight responsibility. And we are all following, and we pray that will bear fruit.
You think it's key for Honorable Speaker Buffer Chima to come out and give clear understanding, because even some of his relatives have said this is not his name, yeah.
Of course, we need a clear understanding to Liberia. That's the only way Liberia, the lawmaking, the lawmaking here in Liberia will be settled. We need patriotic and real Liberians to set in our position. Other people that will come and take things just to go there and summit our country.
Thank you so much. This afternoon, good life. Keep moving away from your radio.
Hello.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
The issue I have is for what you want me. For what you want, I the person I use leave and then to say, who know what I'm saying is the person we can give an issue. And now I think that issue that made the comment, but I for the first thing.
Let's talk for other colors you like.
Yeah, Mr. Nathaniel Mahai,
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Calling from Police Academy. Actually, I know this is a show, but I have a call for the issue that pushed me to court because of the denial, one of the court of the day on the city representative Francis Akbar from Foya District. You see, the reason why, let people understand certain things. The ideology the man is pushing is not for just Lofa County today. Today is Lofa, but tomorrow will be anybody. Tomorrow can be Nimba, tomorrow can be Kidmouth, tomorrow can be Sandro, tomorrow can be anyone. So, and the man said it when the sitting representative for district, the state, with the issues in the plenary, and the man came and said, I will not return my statement because my statement, I believe that you could have been missing what they were doing. The man said, I believe that my police will be but not to go and no bring that kind of issue in the parliament. And the man said, now if you go to NSA court and now if you go to NSA, the man said, when the letter is come, I will hear.
Thank you. Let's stick to the discussion this morning. You're live.
Good afternoon now.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Afternoon to the peace loving people of the Republic of Liberia. This state towards success with on one of our district and our take. And now, we are hearing and lots of people and who have changed their name just because the meaning of their name. And some of them were called names and the meaning of their name means door.
just because of it or their name is so hard that people have laughed at them, they decide to change their name. And Baba Timor have the right to change your name. If you don't believe within the qualification of Baba Timor, and I think you can go and make your own follow-up and research that if he is not qualified, then your research is granted. But I think the name of Baba Timor has nothing to offer the people of local country and even the people of Liberia alive. What we are looking for, we are looking for people that are willing to do the job, people that are willing to stand for the rightful thing of the people. Because if we're discussing the name of our Timor and living and things that are relevant in this country, the country will not move forward. I think what our representatives should be thinking of is things that will benefit the people and proper things on the table that people will be able to discuss and bring transformation to this country, Liberia, and even the people of local country. If you go to the agricultural ministry.
Thank you so much, your life.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
WEEKIE, good afternoon to our field of district number 6. This is Dr. You see, WEEKIE and I think in some of the country to be a better country, printing money will not stop our progress. Printing money will not stop our progress. It is about people who are knowledgeable to control our budget or to know how best our money be controlled. Because you know, if we have a 100,000 thing of million, as long as you have nobody to control it, they will just enter in other people's pocket and boom. So you have a printing money. If I tell the government that you get an account or the other money they print that we're not using it. Because we're not using our budget, the candidate line is carrying our budget, so that people do they can set up that I will not pay the money, but it's a budget set up. What the budget? When you know about it, you see, so they keep printing, we're not talking about parents. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning and this afternoon. Your life. Go ahead, Chief. You're welcome. No, let respect the view of others. Go ahead, make your point. Well, we understand. Just go ahead.
What you're talking, I appreciate what the people talking. But the matter of fact is that where somebody will enter and just talk something that will not be in place and not be correct. But anyway, I don't want to go too far. I appreciate what all you're doing in the country and after policy in the order for put on what happened. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. To this caller on the line. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Okay, Total Lower Bon County. Can you speak a little bit? Go ahead. You're welcome.
Look, I don't know how some people think. You gotta figure out you can fake you or fake credential. Talking about this kind of person. Then you say it got nothing to do with a contract. You know what? You might get with a contract. You just go there one Nigerian like the man has fake credential. You're moving from this country. We be forcing not today. Not that. They get one pick up. You say Ghana or any different here. But that man for the peace and now. You don't even go before that. Look at it kind of thing. I can probably just put it about him. Hey, now they kind of do that with who are in the country.
You know, most of the time we are not concerned about our repetition. We're concerned about the position other than fit and trying to repel some of these things. You know, people overlook these things, but the international community, all partners look at you. You're having people in position who cannot even defend their name, their qualification, all of these things. Your life. Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
My name is Steve Richard, and I'm calling from the
Rosso, how you doing from Riverside County this afternoon? You're live, man. How is Riverside?
Riverside is calm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for the topic and discussion this afternoon. But my kind of, I want to tell you something. You see, the country printing of money is not our problem. That's one of the things I was not honest. It's electing laws for the country. That's our problem. We have so many places, we have so many resources to get money and build the country. But every day, one of kind of bring the money. The first 4 billion, we don't know the kind of the first 4 billion, they say in country about that year. We only get the youth. Nobody pay a ton of that money. Today, we're talking about printing, I think, 48 billion, something like that. So printing money is not our problem. Our problem is to implement laws. Who laws in place and give up money.
So the proper management system of managing the money should be the concern other than just think about printing, because you go print and at the end of the day, the money is also out of the banking sector, no control, no monetary policy, no, the monetary evaluation arms not working according to some of you. Okay. All right, Roosevelt. Thank you so much for joining us for Riverside this afternoon. You live?
Yeah, people we did Daniel, I remember saying.
Yeah, let's see how you make a point quickly.
Yeah, like I was saying, what negative impact the need for consumer brought to the people of local country? What negative impact the need for consumer brought to the
Is he not is Honorable Humali not a member of the 54th National Legislature? Because he said they've been confronted with these things at times, places to go, and then it just should not be a problem. Or just leave it, everybody do anything, do whether you get a credential, whether you got this thing or not. Look, thank you. I don't know what they call Madogami in a long way. They may appealing to his colleague to make clarity because of what they've been hearing. You're live, then you talk about taking the court. You're live.
Hello?
Yes? Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Emmanuel Boayu. I'm calling from Soul Clinic.
You're welcome, Chief.
Yeah, this topic will be on for long. I thank God that I'm always for your schedule today. Our speaker's name, real name is Jalal Lahimi. Even he and the Ecuador minister were all classmates together before. That name, the man is an impostor. It is not his name. That 2 major problems is over there. The name and even that doctorate degree. So people should give the support to human for us to know how he got our tumors. In the report, no tumors here.